If you are 18 to 40 years old and you are not willing to go to Africa right now, but you want to invest into Africa, this video is for you. Let's get into the video. My name is Mr. Day. I live in Australia and I've been living here since 2014. So I've been in this country for at least 11, 12 years. I came here when I was young. I was probably 15, 16 years old when I came into this country. And I went back to Liberia. I am from Liberia. I went back to Liberia when, after COVID 2023, just a couple years ago. And when I came back, I had a different mindset. But before I went back to Liberia for a visit, I was buying real estate that I could afford to buy. In Africa, you can really invest in a small amount of money. The first thing I bought, the first land I bought was half an acre. I bought half an acre. That was my first land I bought. I believe that was in 2019. And I think 2021 or 2020, 2021, I bought another 1 acre. That was situation next to the airport. And I believe 2020 or 2021, I think, around the same time, I also bought 100 acres of land. And I think early last year or mid last year, I bought another 9 acres of land. And that 9 acres is situated somewhere close to suburban area. But the reason why I'm saying these things today on the media is because I want to awaken a lot of youth who really want to get involved into investment, and also those people who are really confused about what to invest in. That is the topic today. When I'm talking about investing in land, I'm telling you, it's the greatest opportunity you and I we have in Africa. Now, you and I, we're here. We don't know when we want to go back. Most of us don't know when we are going to decide to go back. The reason why we get stuck and don't know when to start and don't know when to make the move is because we are not financially comfortable to make that move. If you're not financially comfortable, it means that you do not have the fund to sustain yourself if you go back home. You will always believe or always want to come back here and work to be able to sustain yourself. And secondly, we also have this big unnecessary responsibility that we put on our head, that when we go back home, we have to satisfy everybody. That's another topic. I will literally talk about that. But let's get straight into this video. As a young man in your early 20s to your late 30s, this video is definitely for you. One investment I want to encourage everybody to get into is land banking. Now, some people ask you, what is land banking? Well, I just told you. I got multiple lands everywhere in Liberia. Now, to be real, I'm not going to live on all of those land. What am I doing with 100 acres of land? Am I going to build a big house? Listen, the land is way too big. I don't need that, right? What am I doing in 9 acres? That's too much. What am I doing to 1 acre of land? Listen, if I want to build the biggest house, 1 acre is way too much. What am I doing with the 2 lots or half an acre? What? All these things are investment. They're all investment. From the time I bought the 100 acres, maybe about 5, 6 years ago, if I am to revalue that land now, listen, it have grown at least 2 times. That means if you invest 50,000 in that land, in 5 years' time, it's at least 50,000 profit. If you're selling that, you're selling the $100,000. Now you got $50,000. 50,000 that you did not work for. Extra money, free money. The land next to the airport, that's 1 acre. That land, the price I bought it have appreciated at least 2 times or 2.5 or at least 3 times. Doing what? Investing. If I look at all of the investment I put into place, I'm getting good return. And that is the core purpose of this video. Why should you invest into land? Land in Liberia or in Africa as a whole, it is not one of those things that you have to be hands-on all the time. It's not a business where you have to be hands-on. It's a real estate asset that you buy and you leave and you let it do its work. I know some of you ask for the sustainability of that property or those land. What if somebody sells it? What if somebody does something with it? What if somebody claims the land? That is something that you have to do and get sufficient information on the property you want to buy. And there are ways you do that. In Liberia, I would speak about Liberia. In Liberia, you go to the land, you go to the probate court, you verify all this information that the seller has given you. You go to lands and mines. You go to lands and mine, you verify this information. You can also get a lawyer who understands these things. Or you can get an agent who understands these things. It will cost you some money, but it save you a lot for the future. And once you have gotten all of your all the information you got or you need for the land you're buying, you make sure you pay the tax on the land. It's not expensive. Pay the tax. That way you have a consistent proof that the land is for you. Pay the tax. Now, when you have sort out all these things when you buy the land, if you got a big family, you want to lease it, give it to somebody, let them work on it. If you get less than 50 acres of land somewhere, maybe away from the city area, because you want to buy those big land, you don't want to buy in the city. That's what the problem is. Go away from the city. You are predicting that in the next 10 years, this land will be worth a lot. Or communities or people will start living in these places or start buying land per lot or square meters in the next 10 years or in the next 15 years. You remember, you're 20 years old or you're 30 years old. In 10 years' time, if you're 30 years old, you're 40 years old. In 20 years' time, if you're 30 years old, you're 50 years old. And you also got to remember, you're not just buying that and leave it. You're going to be buying multiple lands. If you have money, you buy. If you have money, you buy. You just invest. That's it. That's your investment. Lease them. You get extra money from that. Or if anybody who want to build, who wants to do farm on that land, you can go into an agreement. You are not doing nothing. All you are doing is providing the land. You don't give nothing. They come and work on the land. At the final stage, you get percentage. You can ask for 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever you guys agree on. That way, they are maintaining the land. They are looking after the land. The land is secure, and you are still making money from it. And the land is still appreciating in value. You see that. Now, if you got a house, now that comes with a bill of hands-on, too much tenants and here and there. You're gonna have to be in an economy where, when you have this property, you're gonna have consistent tenants, reliable tenants. And the tenant demand got to be so high to get into that to guarantee your money. The land, it doesn't matter. It appreciates in values anyway. The house normally depreciate, and the land are values to the property. If you are buying a property or building a property, you're gonna have to build it on a big land, and you're gonna have to have big space left on that land to maintain the value. Places like Liberia, property seem to be depreciated a lot. If somebody buying your land, if somebody buying your property, they are literally looking for what is the size of the land. And property prices in Liberia, there's not much demand. Because of that, you're going to have to sell your property at a very low cost. Unless you go into development, where you have a big land, if you have the money, you put your money into the development. Where that way you're going to clear the land, you partition the land, possibly you build their houses and sell it, or people give you money and you build it for them. If you build your integrity, if you build your reputation and people trust you, you can make substantial amount of money. You can make a lot of money. That's another thing you can look into. But listen, that's my advice to everybody. I'm going to cut the video short because I really got to go to work. I'm going to cut the video short. If you're a young man, get involved into land banking and just follow those little steps that I give you. You will not go wrong and you will not regret it. I'm telling you, it works. It works. It works. In the next 10 to 15 years, you will not need to be in the worst. Imagine in 10 to 15 years time, you got 300 acres of land and they are in a strategic location. Strategic location where people will come and buy the land per piece. They'll buy the land from you per square meter or per lot. 300 square meters, you can get money from that land and you reinvest it into other things that can sustain you while you are in Africa. Because a lot of people really want to go back to Africa but do not have the means because they did not build the future. Right? Peace, guys. Stay blessed. God bless you. I really have to rush for work. And I'll talk to you guys again real soon. If today is your first time, make sure you share. Share it with somebody who really needs this. And of course, do not forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out. It's your boy, Mr. D.